use Nessus. Nessus is a very popular vulnerability scanner. Used to be open source. Unfortunately, the Tenable version is commercial, and because of that, you're not going to see Nessus that much anymore in the open source market. You can still get Nessus for free, but you have to register and a few other things. In fact, some of the popular security tools no longer carry Nessus on them. First thing we're going to do is double click the shortcut on the desktop for Nessus, and then we got to connect to the server. Nessus runs a client server version, and we click connect. First connection, yes, we want to log into the server. Once we connect to the server, we want to select default scan policy, and we're going to add a target. So we click the plus over here, and the host name or the IP, we're going to enter the IP address, and we're going to scan our Windows 2000 box. So we click on this and we save it, and we click scan now, and away it goes, and the scan's in progress. And now what we have here is the report. It actually turns yellow in this case, and it starts telling us some of the vulnerability it's found. So it's slowly but surely going to give us a report as it finds vulnerabilities on this box. And as you see, there it goes in red. Now it's telling us it's got an actual critical vulnerability. Remote host has an ASN.1 library, which we know is very vulnerable, and in fact you can usually exploit this using one of the exploitation tools we will look at later on. Alright, so we're just going to let the tool run, and one of the things we should be doing, and we'll do it now, we should be running Wireshark. So I'm going to start the popular open source free utility called Wireshark. Great protocol analyzer. When it comes up, I go capture, interfaces, and I'm starting to capture on my 192.168.1 interface. So we'll let it run there. And it's doing a lot of stuff as Nessus is doing its scan. Alright. And again, what we find is this is the information remote host, right? Specially crafted ASN.1 encoded packets of improperly advertised links. And when you do that, you can get a buffer overflow on SMTP. We've got a port 80 vulnerability. Let's look at that. WebDAV enabled. Remote server is running WebDAV. WebDAV is another big vulnerability that was used to break into IIS. And now we've got a lot of them here. We've got a front page overflow, right? Each one of these possibly can give us remote code execution, which in our case is a shell, and that's what we want to do. So as you look, we've got all these different options that we can do on this web server, and the scanner is telling us that all at once. Alright, so now we go here just real quick, we'll look at some of this. TCP, right? POP3, right click, follow TCP stream. This is going to show us the entire session. And in this case it was reset, so nothing in that session, because to have a session we need to complete the three-way handshake. Alright, so as we look through, we've got a lot of things going on this network. We got a 200 OK. That's usually a sign that something's happening. So what we'll do now is we'll follow the stream on the 200 OK. And look what we have here. Login, password, login, clear. DC1's the host, and we allowed it to log in. Here's 200 OK. That means it accepted the login. Alright. So the actual server is Microsoft IIS 5.0. So we have a lot of good information here we can take and continue to add to our database. And here's the website, massivemeat.com. So we'll try that here in a moment to see if that website will return a web page. So now we've done that, let's go back to our Nessus. Our Nessus scan's probably completed by now. And it has. Okay. There's the scan for us, there's the report, and all the information of the report. And then you can go export, and we'll call it report We'll put it where we know where it is. Put it on the desktop in this case. And it's going to generate the report. We will go to the desktop now, and here's our report. And there we go. Open port 6, low, medium, high vulnerabilities, right? Different information we can get. Showing us the information it got off of net bias. There's our parsing vulnerability and that information there we talked about. Alright, so again, a lot of information for us to gather and continue along with our professional security testing. Alright, that pretty much concludes what we were going to show in this section. This demo has completed. Thank you.